Hey traders, Akil Stokes here, head currency trader with TradeEmpowered.com, and welcome to another weekend review video. I have a little secret for you guys. Originally, matter of fact, up until about an hour ago, I was not going to put out a video. It's been a very rough week for me trading, and it has taken almost every ounce of energy I have to stay emotionally calm and really just keep my head above water. And what I mean by that is really kind of limit the drawdown that I'm in. I'm actually having a pretty good day today. I'm in a few trades. I'm still in the pound Swiss trade. I brought to you guys earlier in the week for you guys that are syndicate members. Took profits off for about 100 pips on target one, sitting at about I think 100 and something right now, looking for target twos, and I'm about break even on a euro dollar trade. So I'm still trying to make a comeback, but it's important you understand I'm not trying to make all of it back. For you guys that aren't with me on a daily basis, I started off the week just by getting hammered. I took bigger than expected trades on two pairs. I took an advanced pattern loss on a pound yen and also a trend continuation trade on a pound dollar that had some pretty significant stop losses. Tried to battle my way back and then just took a streak of losses on yesterday as well. So I'm fighting back, but again, I'm not trying to make all of it back. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to take what the market has to give me and really just survive. Because drawdowns are something that happens. And I got a message from a trader today when I got home from a meeting of mine. And this is what really made me turn around and decide to do a weekend review video. He said, "Hey, Akil, hope you don't mind me messaging you, but finishing my second week of trading, ciphers, and feeling like a total loser. 10 ciphers this week, 7 losers. Thought the win ratio was 70%. Need some confidence, feel like giving up. Struggling. I'll leave his name. Struggling Roger. I'll leave his full name out of it. I did responded to this trader, and he said, "Thanks. I feel like everything I do does not work. I'll admit that I haven't completed my back testing, but I've been down this road before. When I back test and there's no emotion, I kill it. As soon as I come into a drawdown, I get emotional due to the fact that I'm struggling." And you're not alone, Roger. It's a commonplace for a lot of traders, and I hope this video is speaking to a bunch of you. And one thing you have to realize, one thing that I realize is that trading is a marathon, not a sprint. Meaning that, in all honesty, no single trade makes a difference. No single bad trade makes a difference. No single bad trading week makes a difference. No even single bad trading month makes a difference. It's all about the bigger picture. And what it really takes is complete belief in your strategy. Not only complete belief in your strategy, but the ability to execute it consistently. And what happens to a lot of traders in your situation is you say, "Hey, I'm under the impression that cipher patterns complete 70% of the time." First of all, you're probably throwing that number because you've heard Jason or you heard myself or Darren talk about it. The first thing you need to do is you need to back test. You need to find if 70% is actually your number. That number can be different depending on what time frame you're trading it on, what portfolio you're trading it on. And if you've added any filters or taken away any filters from the pattern. So it may not be 70% for you. If it is, after you have that number, even if it is 70%, you need to realize this: 70% doesn't mean that every 10 trades you take, 7 are going to be winners. If there's one thing we know about the market is it's often pretty streaky. It's not always win, loss, win, loss. You can have, in your case, 7 losers and three winners out of your last 10 trades, and then really kill it the next week and have 10 straight winners. That's possible. And what you want to do is you want to refer to your back testing, look through your back testing results, and see what was your biggest losing streak during your back testing. I'm assuming, I always say this, you want to test 100 trades per pair per pattern. So look through those 100 trades. Was there ever a time where there were 7 losers in a row? Was there ever a time where there were 10, 12 losers in a row? If so, then mentally you should know that, well, guess what? This can happen. I can go on that type of losing streak and still come out on the other side profitable. And if you look in front of you right now, here's a money management spreadsheet just to, again, demonstrate that there are going to be bad weeks. If you look at the equity curve on the right side, obviously the equity curve is going in the right direction, right? It's going from a lower point to a higher point. It finishes higher than it started. That's all we really want to see in the equity curve. And we, Preferably, we want to see a nice smooth trickle up that way, but it's not a straight line. It looks like a trending market. We ebb up, we retrace. New structure high, we retrace. Those retracements are drawdowns, and that happens. If we look back on the left side of the screen, or whatever side I decide to put this up on, my left is often your right. But when you look at the numbers, I mean, look at the weeks. This is week by week statistics. There are bad weeks. There are weeks where I took 44 pip losses, 142 pip losses. There's a week down there that I took a 666 pip loss, a 732 pip loss. But guess what? I kept trading through the strategy. I kept trading through the plan. And in the long run, the end of my equity curve is higher than the beginning of my equity curve. Now, what happens is a lot of traders like you, Roger, they get to that point where they have a losing streak. And like you said, you quit, you give up, and then you miss the winners. And then you're even more upset about that. Many of you guys know this story. I think I told it last week too, but the time where I lost, about $30,000, I did the same thing. I caught a big losing streak. I got so frustrated that I quit. I literally turned off my computer for a week and did not trade. I came back the week later and saw that if I just would have kept my computer up, if I just would have continued to trade that strategy, not only would I have made that $30,000 back, but I would have made almost another $30,000 on top of that. So if we're going to struggle through the losers, we've got to make sure that we catch the winners as well. And it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. But if you do your back testing correctly, at least, in the back of your mind, you should have that belief in your system and belief in yourself. And again, belief is the key to everything. Because if you have a belief in your system, in yourself, that belief is going to cause you to take the right actions. If you take the right actions, assuming you have a trading strategy or a trading plan that has a positive expectancy, that is testable, verifiable, and repeatable, in the long run, you should make money. So if you have a belief, you're going to take the right actions. If you're going to take the right actions, you're going to see the right results. The more you start to see the right results, the bigger your belief comes. But what you gotta do, and this helped me a lot, my aha moment, or the moment where the light bulb went off above my head, was when I made it through that first big drawdown, when I took about 12 losers in a row and thought it was the end of the world. When I took that drawdown and dug myself out of it 2 weeks later to end the month positive, that's when I realized that, man, I can survive this and I can still come out on top. No drawdown will ever hurt me the same, because I know that. I have a true belief. And that's why I've been able to stay so calm during this time. Again, you guys that have been following me all week, I've been getting hammered. I'd be lying if I told you it feels good. It doesn't. It doesn't. But have you seen me hesitate on a single trade afterwards? No. If it meets the plan, if it meets the rules, I'm taking it. And hopefully by the end of the day, I'll make about 200 pips of my losses back. So I want to thank you for shooting me, again, that message, Roger, because you did inspire me to do a video. I wasn't going to do it just because I have other things that I can use my time for. But I do think it's important that we share that with a lot of you guys, because I'm sure you're not the only one in this boat. Now, one thing you could do while you're in a drawdown, and I'm going to make this charting related so I can actually show you guys a chart here, is you can conserve capital. And you can conserve capital by risk management. We had a few of our 12-week transformation members did exactly this. We had a perfect trade on Euro Aussie. We started doing our identification on Monday. We had top-down analysis. We found the level. We handled the trade. Couldn't have handled the trade any better, and ended up losing. But the trader that took a loss on it, the loss could have been a lot more than what it ended up being. And we're seeing a similar situation here on gold. If we go to the daily chart, this is something that I posted on TradingView earlier in the week. There we go. Gotta love the magic of editing. And we're looking at, this is a potential cipher on gold. But if I just delete this, earlier in the week, we looked at a Gartley pattern that did complete here on gold. Let me clean up my chart a little bit. We're going to measure this Gartley pattern out from our X right here, X to A to B right here. We then had a BC retracement, and we had a decompletion that's going to line up right with our 786 and our 127 extension. So we're looking at initial Gartley pattern on gold right here, and we'll just draw in a typical stop loss. If we're entering right here at the highs, we're selling, so let me reverse this. If we're entering right here on the highs, and I actually think that the market reversed right on our highs if I remember correctly, we're looking at a Gartley pattern, and we're looking at a risk reward that is something like this. Stops need to go above the X leg, obviously, so somewhere up here. And we're targets, we're looking for a move back down in the 12 flat, a little bit below this area. Let's just say we're getting a 1-to-1 like this for our Gartley pattern. Again, I don't remember the specific targets and entries, or targets and stops, but let's just say it's like this. Now, we talk about risk management and not wanting to be exposed to this much risk. And here's something we can do. And this comes with learning and really knowing different techniques of how to trade the market. If we go down to an hourly time frame, you're going to notice something. And I'm going to give you a few seconds to stare at the chart and let me know if you guys see what you think I'm going to tell you see or should see. Exactly. Hopefully you're right. At this Gartley completion, at our D point, we had our D point right here. We have a retracement in the market. We then have a double top right here. We know what about double tops? We can base a stop loss off a double top. So initially, our stop loss is all the way up here. What we can do is we can go ahead and roll this at structure and make it based off the ATR of our double top, or however you plan to take a stop loss on the double top pattern. Now, after the double top, we come down, we break and close below structure. We then get a 26.18 trade here. So for those who didn't want to take the initial Gartley at the completion point that wanted some more confirmation, you got your confirmation in the form of a double top. For those that wanted even more confirmation, I'm talking to the very conservative traders out there, you now got a 26.18 trade opportunity as well. And for those that are maybe late to the party, well, we've just put in a new structure low today, not quite getting down to our target level, but working our way down, and we've got another retracement. Now, I'll tell you what, trade management, we know our rules, right? An outside return here or a retracement should be followed if the market's going to continue in this trend. We don't know, but if we're going to continue in this bearish move, we should get a lower low, lower close, correct? If we get this lower low, lower close, if then thought process, if we get this lower low, lower close, we can once again move our stops even further down. Or I can draw a line in by accident. There we go. We can move our stops even further down. And you can just see as we zoom out what that does to our risk reward. So when you get in times like this where you're in a drawdown, and again, you're trying to just stay afloat. You're trying not to dig yourself any deeper in the hole while you try to rally yourself back with some good trades. It's important that you know how to manage a trade, because losses are still going to come. They're still going to come. But if we can limit those losses, if we can make those losses as small as possible, again, it's going to help stop the bleeding. And again, when you're in a drawdown, it's like blood gushing everywhere. You got an open wound and nothing can stop it. And that wound doesn't automatically heal. You got to stop the bleeding first, and you got to let the blood do whatever it does, and then scab up, and then start recovering. It's no different. Probably could have picked a much better analogy for that, but I've been watching a lot of violent movies lately. So, but anyway, that's it for today. A short review. I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Real quick, if you are interested in joining me every day, go over to our website. Our website is www.tradeempower.com. We're going to have a brand new looking website come the new year. But for right now, go over to www.tradeempower.com. Go over to Trader Resources and go over to Akil Stokes FX Live Room. Click the 1 week trial and come join me in the live room for a week. We have a great time. We have great discussions, and we do a lot of trading. It's a good group. So come join me free for a week. Hang out, get some Q&A in, and see how a professional trader handles himself in and out of the markets every day. Now, if you don't have time to spend 3 fun hours with me in the live room, we also have a service called The Syndicate. You can head over to tradingpower.com/The Syndicate. This way you get Jason and I, you get our best ideas every day. Jason does his war room meeting where he spends about 15 to 20 minutes each morning taking you through the best trades that are on his radar. I give you about 2 videos a week with some higher time frame trades, as well as shoot our intraday and day trading ideas through our syndicate member only chat forum. So come check it out. Go to the website. If it's something you like, give it a try. And if you don't like it, you can always just send us an email saying, hey, I don't like it. I quit, or I'm done. So that's it for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next week. Oh, before I leave, one more thing. I'm gonna try this out. I've been thinking of new ideas for the new year. I'm gonna give it a little test run. What I want you guys to do, other than like, subscribe, and share, I want to start doing something where I break down one chart each week. So it's got to be a higher time frame chart, maybe like a daily or a really big 4-hour chart. And I'm going to call it the chart of the week. So what I want you guys to do, if you have a higher time frame chart that you have a question about, or you want to take a look at, or you just want to get my opinion on, do me a favor, write what chart it is in the comment section. Be detailed. So say, hey, Akil, would you look at euro dollar on the daily? Here's what I'm thinking, or can you answer this question for me? I'm going to choose one chart each week and probably record a video on Monday giving my opinion on that chart. Again, it sounds like a good idea right now. We'll see if I actually feel like, doing it on a consistent basis, but why not give it a try? So leave that in the comment section, and I'll pick whichever one is either the most popular or, which one I think I can make the best video about. And we'll give it a run through. Until next time, guys, plan your trade your plan. Good luck in the markets for the rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next week.